Alright, hello, no YouTube subscribers. Currently at 0 right now. Let's see if I can fix that. I am Scrubby Top Decker, and this is going to be my graydle kaiju profile that I'm going to be using at the Toronto Regionals tomorrow. So let's see how it goes. I foresee I'll either scrub out after round 3, or I ruin a lot of people's, just ruin their day. So let's go through the deck list. Starting out, 1, 2, 3, Graydle Alligator is the best Graydle there is because it has so much synergy with the rest of the deck. If it's popped by Graydle Impact, you get the effect. If it's popped by Kaiju Slumber, you get the effect. If they Regeki it, you get the effect. So what its effect is, in case you've been living under a rock, all the Graydles, minus the one we don't run, are Snatch Steals. When this one's popped by a spell or by battle, it goes to the grave, it equips to any monster they control that you choose, and that monster becomes yours. So that one's Alligator. Next is the second best one, Graydle Eagle at 3. So I run 3 of this because it's got 1500 attack. It's moderately, it's an okay attack. I can swing with it from now and again. When it's popped by a monster effect, you get the effect. Snatch Steal. Monster's yours, so long as it can be targeted. Also, if it's destroyed by battle, same thing. Run 3 of it because it's got the nice attack and it's a Snatch Steal. Now the kind of retard of the bunch, minus the one we don't run. Real Cobra. If it's destroyed by a trap card, not warning. If it's destroyed by a trap card, against its Snatch Steal effect. I don't think I've ever gotten this off because no one runs Mirror Force, no one runs Torrential really anymore. Oh yeah, go back. People do run Mirror Force, just not the one that will destroy this card. It'll either return to your hand, return to your deck, or set it face down forever. But yep, if it's destroyed by battle, usually just set this one, they hit into it, hopefully. Gets its effect, call it a day, steal their monster. Yay! And then triple max C because his deck bricks like fuck. It just bricks. It's bad consistency a lot of the time. I should feel bad for running it, but no. Triple max C because Cosmos are a thing. They special summon. I've seen a guy actually deck out because of max C thanks to Cosmos. First turn max C, dude just fucks him up. Like he's activating ship after ship after ship. Runs through his whole deck, has like a Cosmo Dark bitch on the field, Dark Destroyer on the field, Tin Can, that stupid C3PO fucker, an Infinity, and he's like, yo, pass, bro. And the guy was like, oh, I lose, draw for turn, no cards, I lost, okay, yeah, good game, fucker. Alright, next are the Kaijus, order of least to greatest. So, Rodion. His name's pronounced Rodion because he's a spoof on Rodan, the fucking pterodactyl kaiju. So Rodion, he is kind of the duddiest one that we run. The only reason I run him is because he's one of the removal ones I run. Say you see a monster you won't be able to beat over with like another kaiju, tribute him over it. Of course that can be said for all of them, but this one, his effect can't be activated during your turn. So you don't have to worry about them abusing your field spell and abusing your tokens and dropping a 28 beater and just fucking you with it. So you drop them over there and then you just do your play because now they have a kaiju and you're free to drop whatever kaiju you feel like. If you can kind of go for a game, you drop him, you make your token, and then you swing. But usually he's the one you use to just tribute over monsters. Next, underrated card, Kumungus, the spider string sticky kaiju, sticky cum spider. So what the cum spider does is whenever your opponent summons a monster, so for argument's sake, I'm going to be using Dark Destroyer a lot. So let's say they summon Dark Destroyer and they activate Dark Destroyer's effect. You say, whoa, hold up. I'll remove 2 kaiju counters from my field spell and negate the effect. And you can attack with this. So this will most likely live the turn. This is also not once per turn. Right? This is also not once per turn. So say they pen 5 and they activate all their effects. You're like, nah, fuck that. Remove 2 counters. None can attack, and then no effects for you. So yeah, it's pretty good. Not that big, so you don't drop them as often unless they need their effects. But yeah, don't drop as often. You also try not to give this one to them, because if they control it, you drop your kaiju, and then they activate the effect, and your kaiju just sits there, and you can't summon another one. Next is King Ghidorah, the Thunder King, the Lightning Strike kaiju. Now we have 2 Thunder Kings, great, 2 T-Kings, whatever. At least one of the T-Kings is at 3. So Thunder King kaiju, 33 attack, it's ungodly attack, it's beautiful, it beats over everything else. Except for that Mega Falcon bullshit, whatever. So you drop this. Hopefully they don't have anything like chainable. You remove 3 counters. It becomes a Cold Wave. That is beautiful. They have their 3 Dart Destroyers on the board. This attacks 3 times if they control monsters. Hit over all 3 Dart Destroyers. No effects. Pass. Look in their eyes as they just cry as you've sodomized every Dart Destroyer of their own. So yeah, Thunderstrike Kaiju. Also, the 28 defense is nice. 21 defense is nice because you can hit over it with a Gam Seal. Next is Jism Kiru, the Star Destroying Kaiju. Also 33 attack, pretty ungodly, and a 26 defense. That's pretty fat. So you drop this one, and I should let you know now that all these kaijus don't get effects unless there's a field spell up with or kaiju counters on the board. So this one removes 3 kaiju counters, negate an effect that targets 1 card and 1 card only. So say they soul charge for 1, they target the card, you say nope, I'll negate that and I'll pop another card. So usually you have full counters. Optimally you usually have full counters. So you move 3, you're at 2 counters, you pop another card, puts it back up to 3, so you can then use it again. But yeah, mostly this is just for decks that target. But yeah, big beady attack, it's nice. And then the god of the deck, Ghidorah, the Sea Turtle Kaiju. I only run 2 of it because, well, I don't want to see kaijus in my hand that often. I search them out more often than not. And with the search power, draw power, all that bullcrap, and drawing 5, and usually go second, so you draw 1 extra. You're going to see some kaijus in your hand, or something that will search the kaijus, or something that will special the kaijus. So what this one does is, they activate anything that isn't a counter trap. Remove 2 counters, negate it. They activate something in response to you negating it, remove 2 more counters, negate that. And here's the kicker, don't destroy them, you banish them. So activate their Cosmotown, negate, banish. If they're bad, summon Dark Destroyer, activate Dark Destroyer, negate, banish. But usually they just summon the Dark Destroyer and they beat over it. Which brings me to this one card's key flaw. It's god awful attack. It's 22. It's the smallest out of all the kaijus except for the one Down Syndrome 0 attack one that you can't use because it's bad. So usually either clear their board before you drop this guy, have a way to clear their board when you drop this guy, or you have your lose one turn up and you just drop this in defense because it's got a fat booty. It's got like a 3k fat booty. No Dark Destroyer is beating over that. You just sit on that fat, fine booty and you just wait till you out their field. So that's my monsters. I run 7 kaijus because, like I said, you don't really want to see too many in your hand first turn. It's pretty shit. You want to see that field spell, though. You always want to see the field spell. So, obviously, we run 1, 2, 3, and technically 4, 5 field spell. 3 waterfront, because every time a card is sent from field to grave, you get a counter for it. Now, how this works is, even if they're sent simultaneously, it's for each card sent. So say you summon a monster, they torrential, 4 monsters go to grave. You get a counter for each card sent, maximum of 5. So once you have 3 counters, you can search out any kaiju monster you want. And it's nice, because this racks up counters really quickly. We need to see this field spell, though, because it's the key card of the deck. All the kaijus need it to work. So that's why we run the 2 terraforming, which is like running 5 of the field spell, to get it as fast as possible. So even if you have a field spell, you always activate one, or you have two terraforming hand, you activate one, search a field spell, activate the field spell, activate a second terraforming, so you have that counter on it, and it's protected from destruction. Because you can remove one counter to protect it from destruction. Because people, if they know what this deck is, they go for that field spell ASAP. Next is 2 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. What Slumber is it's a dark hole. It's a dark hole for the whole field, and it specials a kaiju to each side of the field. Now, here's a little cute combo. You need to have... Optimally, you have the field spell. But if you don't, whatever. So, you have the field spell, you have Graydle Alligator. Set your Alligator so they don't torrential or warning it. And then you just Slumber. So, it blows up the field. You get 2 counters for that. Summon your Gamseel, summon Radian, the black guy. And in a separate chain link, this activates because it was destroyed by a spell card. You take their kaiju, it comes to your side, it gets blown up because of condition, and you get 2 more counters, so you have 2 negates for your Gamseel. And that is how you do with the Kaiju Slumber. I only run 2 because you don't run that many kaijus and you don't want to see more of this. Also, if it's in the grave after you've used it, or after the turn it's been sent to the grave, banish it, search out a kaiju. And you really want to search those kaijus because, dear God, spot removal, it's beautiful. Still on the topic of kaijus, Owner Seal. Once again, Gamseel is really small, but he's your best option. So you summon your Gamseel after you summon a kaiju to their side of the field, preferably not Kumongous, the Cum Kaiju, and you Owner Seal it back. So field spells up, Owner Seal is 1 token or counter. Monster comes over, dies, 2 counters. You have 1 negate, which is pretty good. And only thing is, if you have a Graydle monster that's been equipped to another monster and you control theirs, try not to use this unless you have a good out, because it will give it back to them. Next, 2 Graydle Impact. 3 kind of bricks because you only get 1 per turn, they don't stack, blah 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 blah. So it's a Scrap Dragon and a Scarm. It's a Scrap Scarm. A Scarm Scrappin'. A Scrap Scarm. So what it does is you can target 1 Graydle card you control. So if you have 2 impacts, target 1 impact and 1 card they control. Pop it and then pop 1 card they control. Scrap Dragon. So once again, back to our buddy Graydle Alligator. Target your Alligator. You pop your Alligator, you pop, usually back row. You steal their monster. And then, yay! Beatings! Only run 2 because, yeah, like I said, doesn't stack. 2 is enough to see, and yes, it's good enough. Good enough effect. It's also, if they flip with Mask Restrict, it's your out to it too. And then the obvious cards, Upstart, because it's at 1 now, and you want as much consistency as you can with this stupid fucking deck. God, I hope I do well. 2 Twin Twister, because back row will fuck you up if they have something to deal with your field spell, or your back row, which you don't run much of, but still, you want to get rid of that shit. And you do plus enough if you get your field spell or your impact to warrant running 2 of these. Kill Scales, dead in the water, 2. 1 Duality, because consistency is name of the game. Sort of screws up with your kaijus, that's why I only run the 1, but usually you have a Graydle or some sort of Graydle card that will help you. And you pray to God they don't OTK you and you're just like, fuck your face. Alright, so, traps. 1 Graydle Parasite. What Graydle Parasite does, and this is the only effect you really use, is if your opponent attacks you directly, you then say, wait, I'm going to summon a Graydle from my deck in attack mode. So you summon your Eagle because it's got the beefiest attack and you take the least damage if they do attack into it. Then, if they don't attack into it, they go to main phase 2 and your life points are spared and you get to draw another card and you get to live and you get to hope to God they don't fuck you again. So yeah, 1 Graydle Parasite because you can search it and you don't need more than 1 because you can only activate once per turn. Has a second effect, but whatever, I'll cover it anyway. So say you attack them directly, You can then target one card in their grave and you special to their side of the field. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Don't ever do that. Unless you're gonna try and take, say... Just don't do that. I don't know what the fuck you take. Just don't do that. That'd be bad. Don't be bad. But if you're running this deck, you're kind of bad. Look at Jirachi. Jirachi doesn't want you to be bad. So now, 3 lose 1 turn. Run 3 lose 1 turn because what it does is it switches everything to defense that's a special summon and an effect monster. Sure, this won't touch really the blue eyes that are coming out that much, but it's kind of a garbage deck anyways. You can leave your opinion in the comments if you want. I'll kindly disregard those. So what it does, it's a skill drain for special summon monsters. But you cannot have a special summon monster, just so you know. So you flip this card. Their monster's effect is negated. If it's an attack, it goes to defense. This really slows down a lot of consistency with Cosmos because their ships will blow themselves up a lot of the time. Dark Destroyer will float into something else. And then blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So you flip this card. Switches it to defense. It's easier to deal with. They don't have their effect. Buys you some time to kaiju over your shit. Also, when you have your Parasite up, it brings out your Graydle in defense mode and saves your precious life points because you will be swinging these into some monsters that you want from time to time. Even better, if you have lose 1 turn up, because you do not control a special summon monster, you drop your fat Gamseal in defense. You let that booty sit there and you pray they don't kill it because it's got 3,000 defense and very little gets over that. Next, 1 emptiness because it's emptiness. Floodgates are beautiful. You only get 1. It's pretty fragile. You can turn it off easily enough. Swing a Graydle. Use an impact. Use a Twin Twister. Just do whatever the fuck you want. You can turn it off. Hurts them more than it hurts you. You get Gamseal with your field spell and emptiness. Pretty much seals it up. Warning. Because if I need to explain warning, then you probably shouldn't be playing the game. Can't afford strikes. Then I don't really want to run strikes since money, I can sell those and money's better. I'm so poor. I'm in so much debt. Please subscribe. On to my side deck because this will be used at regionals tomorrow. I will let you guys know how it goes, but side deck. So your biggest problem is monarchs. If anyone thinks it's masked heroes, you probably won't see those that often, and if you do, you just kaiju over the Dark Claw and they cry. So, monarchs. The monarch hate is real. So you run 3 Chain Disappearance, 3 Fog King, and since I don't have any more, 1 Forced Back for the hell of it. I'll explain this, but whatever. So it's basically Counter Trap Compulse. They normal summon monsters, slap that shit back to their hand. Fuck out of here. Next is 3 Fog King. It hurts you, but it hurts them a lot more than it hurts you. So what you do is you special summon a kaiju to their side of the field, special summon a bigger one to your side, tribute over the Fog King, and you fuck their face, and you just hope to God they don't kill this thing, because then you're fucked. So 3 of that. Then, where is it? The triple Chain Disappearance. So they summon their little ones, you slap it with this, banishes that one, all copies in their hand, all copies in their deck. So they summon, I think it's Ether, whatever, the small one. Summon it, slap this, kills them all, banishes them all. Or, if you have 2 set, God Willing, or Jirachi Willing, hit the Edia, and then you hit the Eidos, and you fuck them that way. So then they have to rely on their stupid ass, what's it called? Stormforth. But odds are that should be good enough. You have a bad matchup in general with that, so you just hope to God you don't see it. And if you do see it, hope to God they're a bad player. Just hope. Pray. So PK Fire and Cosmo aren't really that big a deal, so for PK Fire, I just dropped one on the ground. Fuck. My value. Shit. 2 Flying Sea. And yeah. 2 Flying Sea, because you can deal with most of their shit. You don't care too much because your Gamseal will fuck most of their shit. Your Thunder King will fuck most of their shit. 2 Flying Sea just to slow them down. After you, just 2 Flying Sea, screw it. 2 Flying Sea. For any remaining pendulum decks that you may see, I run 2 anti-spells, because I pulled them, and yay, anti-spell, no pendulum, no, you can't see your scales, and 2 Grand Horn of Heaven, because I am poor and I do not own strikes. And the strike is most likely going to get hit on the next ban list after they reprint it once, like they do with Warning and Judgment and all those solemn cards that are good counter traps. So 2 Grand Horn of Heaven. Anti-spell, because anti-spell stops pendulums. Can't sit your scales. I run just because I want to slide something against Cosmo. Fuck it. Cashback. Now, in case you don't know what this card does, which most of you probably do not, because no one runs this card, because no one knows what this card does, what it does, as I'm going to tell you, when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect. So monster effect's the kicker. By paying their life points, negate the activation, and if you do, return that son of a bitch to the deck. So I actually side that against Masked Heroes mostly, because I can handle Cosmo, you tribute over their ships. So say they Farm Girl into their effect, or say they do any of their effects that cost life points. You activate this, or say they activate a strike, that pesky strike that I can't afford. Activate this, negate the activation, slap it back to the deck. And that's pretty nice. Because everyone's gonna go, yo, what the fuck is that, bro? And I'm like, yeah, it's cash back because I'm poor, you fucker. And that's the deck. So, seeing as this is my first video, I hope you like, comment, subscribe, share, tweet, fap to, whatever you feel like. Just remember, Jirachi loves you. So tomorrow, after regionals, if I don't scrub out, hopefully I don't scrub out, but I probably will, because Jirachi doesn't love me, I will come by and I will tell you how my matchups went. I will save you the best stories, because it's going to be part of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Horror Stories, which will showcase me telling some of the worst matchups or matches I've ever seen or ever been in, because there are a lot of them. Next week, you get to see anti-deck profiles, which is, every locals has one. They always have that one scrubby player that always has that one awful deck that they swear by, and I'm going to find him in all the locals near me, and I'm going to deck profile him, and I'm going to be like, yeah, this is how he runs it, and I'm going to be like, yeah, this is bad. Fuck him, feel better about yourself, because I'm a bad player too. Look at my mat. Alright, like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.